to address some of the con arguments. First, one argument was that it doesn't believe that the doctor and patient bond is important. Well, 75% of doctors would like this doctor-patient confidentiality, because without the correct information, there's many misdiagnoses that goes on between the teenagers and the doctors. And also moving on, they say that the parents should know. I'm not saying that the teenagers cannot tell their parents. I'm just saying they need the consent. They can go and tell their parents what's going on. This is just making sure that the privacy is ensured for the teenager and the parent. And then moving on to that, the universal age is 18 in most other countries. That's not true, because England has it at the age of 16, so that's like refuted. And then moving on, that's saying that mental health specialists would be posing danger. Currently, less than 20% of people who are having mental health problems or who are in depression go seek help. So this was actually promoting them to go get the help that they need. And so let me just do a simple breakdown of why you guys should vote in favor of this proposal. Number one, this proposal promotes honest interactions between the doctors and their patients. 75% of American doctors desire the doctor-patient confidentiality to be lowered. Multiple of the federal medical associations stand behind the intent of this proposal, such as the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American College of Physicians, and the American Public Health Association. I'll give you a quote from the APHA. The APHA urges that the confidential health services be tailored to the needs of adolescents, including sexually active adolescents, considering sexual intercourse, and those seeking information, counseling, and services related to preventing and continuing or terminating a pregnancy. And the AMA reaffirms the confidential care for adolescents is critical to improving their health. Two, the current system is not benefiting the teens' health, which I'll provide a few statistics for to illustrate. This was a survey done in different groups of teenagers in the US and was synthesized. So if parents were notified, 45% of teens with depression and anxiety would actually seek help. Less than 20% would seek care if related to birth control, STDs, and drug use. Lastly, sometimes the reason the teens might not be going to talk to the doctors, remember this includes psychiatrists, is because that the family members are the reasons to their problems. And moving on, 3, this proposal explicitly states in the black ink that I'm doing this by extension of HIPAA policy. So let's take a look at HIPAA policy, which is my fault for not explaining clearly. But there are exceptions currently for anyone that requires the information to be released, such as the patient is undergoing a major procedure. I'm also following the current precedent, which information that cannot remain confidential, such as people who are being sexually, physically, or emotionally abused, and for any age group currently in HIPAA policy. 4, this should not impose a stress on teens and parents' relationship, because currently with the implementation of the ACA, young adults remain on their parents' insurance until the age of 26, yet enjoy fully confidential relationships with their doctors. These are simply dependent on the parents for medical care, yet make their own treatment choices. 5, the doctors will be guiding their patients and making the best health decision. And I really don't think we should be worried, since doctors have 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, another 4 years in residency, and a lot of time in fellowship and onward. So I feel that a decade and some years should be enough of studying in this field should be enough for us to be assured that they know what they're doing. And then lastly, and the most important, this point is I am not in no way not allowing the parents not to know. I'm just requiring that the teen's consent of approval is needed before the doctor discloses the information on their own accord. Personally, I'd like to know what I'm given and the privacy and the same rights as many other people in our nation. Yes, I personally still tell my parents everything because I have no filter and can't lie to save my life, but at least it was my decision to make that choice. I urge mainly to pass this proposal because it gives our population, the teenage community, just one more right, and the right I'm talking about is privacy, and privacy is one vital thing to our community and even the nation. I feel that lowering the doctor-patient confidentiality and extending these HIPAA policies will bring justice for our community, and we'll finally get some privacy in this day and age. Not everyone has the luxury to speak freely with the family about their health, but with this, they'll have the chance with their doctors. We'll lower the amount of misdiagnosis and increase our society's health. I thank you for the debate, and I yield my time to the chair.
Thank you, author.